All right. Let's see here. Welcome, everybody. All right. Oh my gosh. This is great. You know what? I gotta have this is not a manifesting story, but Karen Peters. Karen's new in our practitioner program. Karen, people in the UK, introduce Karen. She is going to, it's going to be a few months, but she's going to get through the practitioner training. And say hi. She's
Hi.
Where in the UK are you?
I'm in the county of Hampshire in a little village called Hook.
All right. So there we go. If you're in Europe, it'll be a few months, but she's going to get up to speed.
Yeah.
Karen, this is not a manifesting story, but it's something of great value to everybody. Is Cognomovement has a particular thing it also does, which is takes care of cravings. So Karen, tell us about your relationship with chocolate all your life, and then what happened.
So since I've been a child, the sweets and chocolate have always been in my life. And I've got to the stage really where I think, do you know what? I really need to see whether Cognomovement can just cut that out of my life, because I really don't need it. I love it, absolutely. And I still, in my head, I still love chocolate today. So I thought I'd do a little session on myself. And that was 2 weeks last Friday, and I've not touched it since. And I was like, wow. And I know, there's loads of chocolate in the fridge, but it's just like, it's there, but there's no desire to actually want it. And I think we discussed a couple of things that came from that, like where it came from. And then I realized when I was a child, my parents would say, like, you can't have any sweets before your dinner, but you can have sweets after. So I used to always have something sweet after dinner, and predominantly it was always chocolate. And then when I was out, had a meal the other day, after I'd done the Cognomovement on myself, I've no desire for a pudding, but also it slowed my eating down, just eating of my meal, because I knew I wasn't rushing to get to the sweet stuff at the end. I didn't need to, because I didn't really have that desire. Well, not for the chocolate bit. Sticky toffee pudding I really enjoyed, but the chocolate bit was out of my life. So yeah, it's really weird. And even now it's still there's still chocolate in the fridge. It's just still not touching it.
Isn't that great? Oh, I'm so happy for you. Well, thank you, Karen, for sharing that. I just wanted to have her just to tell, Cognomovement does many things. Today is about manifesting. So we're going to be doing manifesting sessions around money and doing a little exploration on that. But I thought it good to just to note that, Cognomovement has many different things that it can help you with in your life. I don't know what other practitioners are here so far today, but if you're a practitioner, you can open your mic and just tell us what part of the world you're in, so everybody gets to see your face.
Chrisandra's with us. I see Chrisandra's with us today.
Chrisandra Schindler out of San Francisco area. So in the United States, she is awesome. She's a registered nurse as well.
Say hi, Chrisandra. Just introduce yourself.
Hi there. Hi. Glad to be here. Always looking for more things to learn and tips to pick up. So yeah. And who can't use a little more money, huh?
Right. Hi, Chrisandra. So happy you're here. Hey, everybody. If you are brand new to Cognomovement, would you please put in the chat your name? Just say hi to us, and let us know where you're from and where you heard from us. There's something in the chat about somebody lost their sense of smell from COVID. Is there anything we can do? Yeah, actually, Cognomovement is great at doing a lot of things. Kind of turning back on things in our nervous system. So of course, we're not doctors and we can't say we can cure anything. However, we have had some really good results with helping people shift out of some of the long haul COVID symptoms, meaning things that where, the brain's just not working right, the nerves aren't connected anymore. So yeah, I mean, there's lots that can be done with that for sure. So
These are brain and energetic exercises.
yeah.
So we're talking about exercising those neurological connections, creating and pruning new neurological connections through these exercises.
So I have a really fun manifesting story. I seem to be glitching out a little bit, guys. Leah, I don't know if you can highlight me or not. But anyway, so money and business go together. So I have this client who really is a really active business person. He's got lots and lots of projects going on all around the world. And he was sharing with me that this one dang project, it's just been aggravating the life out of him. Everything else is really, really booming now. But this one, it's just, like a thorn in his side. So I said, let's do a Cognomovement session on your relationship with that particular project. Because as long as I've known him, it's been a little thorn in his side. And when he thinks about that project, it's always about, we get going and then we stop. We get going and then we stop. Just frustration. So the conversation was, does he get rid of that project altogether because it's bringing down his energy? Or do we shift the relationship? So I said, let's just try. We'll hold the feeling in your body of that particular project, all of its pieces, your interaction with it, the partner, the coming and going of it, the starting and stopping. So we do the session. Now I'm telling you, I promise you this was 10 minutes because this guy's busy and going. He gave me 10 minutes to do the session and we did. So when I talked to him the next week, I said, hey, you know what happened with that business? He says, oh my God, you're never going to believe it. He said, I got off the phone with you and my partner had found the exact company we needed to, make this product. So that day, the same day as the session, he reached out and they got an appointment, but the appointment wasn't till the next day. The next day, the company, it's $1 billion company, the CEO of the company and his secondhand woman show up at the meeting. I mean, he's got the head of the company. And the guy goes, yeah, this meeting's really interesting to me. I had to show up for it because it just turns out that about 6 months ago, we bought the exact machines that you need. And we hired all the staff to use them. But we don't have a product to make on them. They're sitting empty. We can start production, if you can wait till January, about 6 weeks from now. So not only did the whole project shift, but miraculously, in another country, in another part of the world, the machines that he needed they just showed up and they're available. And so is the staff. So that's a Cognomovement manifesting story that I wanted to share with you guys. Anybody else out there have one you want to share?
Now, manifesting stories, not only, there's finances, money, but there's also relationships. There's situations, there's real estate transactions, you name it. There's manifesting comes in basically anything that you could possibly want. So let's begin our session here for people so that they get their experience. Today, Liz has something prepared for you, which is really interesting, something you may not have considered about money and you.
Yeah. So first of all, I just want to say that today, right at the end of the session, We want to announce something to you that we've never announced before, something that was very recently created that's special, that will be offered to this group specifically. It's really something interesting. And I want to say that we created this thing in advance of some really big things that are happening with Cognomovement. Next year, Cognomovement will be changing dramatically in a lot of the ways that we do things, places that will show up and where you see it'll be expanding. So this thing that we created is for that, but we want to offer it to you in advance. So please stay with us and we'll share that at the end of the meeting with you. So today, what we want to talk about is relationship. So you heard me say about my client, his relationship with money. So, or not money, his relationship with this particular project. But we also have a relationship with money. Now in Cognomovement, we know that your feeling about a relationship, anyone and anything in your life, sends a signal. The space around our body, 6 to 8 feet, HeartMath Institute measured that we can feel each other's field. We are actually interacting with each other's heart space. But more and more science has shown, MIT studies have shown that it's more than just our heart that people feel, but it's actually our thoughts and our feelings. We create a field around our bodies. So when it comes to a thing like money, we also have a relationship. And most of the time we don't think about it in terms of relationship with another person. So does anybody, and I just want you to put a thumbs up in the chat, is there anybody here who has a not so great relationship with someone in their life? I'm talking about work, family, friends, neighbors. Does anybody have a not so great relationship? Just put a thumbs up or a hand. Yeah. Most of us do. While you're thinking about that not so great relationship, notice the automated response, how you instantly felt. So quickly check in with your body, check your throat, your head. Notice the tension. Notice the tension in your mouth. Did you just go, it's an ugly face. Notice your gut. Notice your heart rate. Did your heart rate just go up? Think about the interaction with that human. Notice if when you know you're going to be near them, notice if that tension gets bigger. So think about that you're going to see that person in the next 5 minutes. Notice what happens to your body. Notice everything. Notice your legs, your calves. Notice if things start to stiffen. Notice if you noticeably start to contract. Cognomovement is all about sensation, not necessarily emotion, but the physical automated response that your body goes through when you encounter something that you perceive is not so good, or at least your nervous system perceives it as not so great. So this person, you're going to see them in about 5 minutes. Put another hand up if you just noticed your body and your physical field just contract a bit. Notice if you seized up a little. Okay. So consider now money. Money is a thing that we have to deal with almost every day in our lives as grown-ups. And some of us dealt with it as little kids too. Your parents told you we can afford things or we can't afford things. We have enough money or we don't have enough money. Money doesn't grow on trees, or here's $1,000. We all have different kinds of relationship. So notice for you, when I bring up the subject of money, your bank account, savings, retirement, bills. Notice what your body just did. And is it similar in any way to that sensation of the person in your life that is not so great, the relationship. Now consider your interactions with money. How do you do it? Do you look at your bank account every day and go, "Hi, friend, how are you today? Gosh, you're looking good." I mean, most of us don't. But what do you do? When you go to open the app on your phone to look at your bank account, is there anywhere in your body that reacted the exact same way as it does when you consider being around that person that just isn't so maybe resourceful in your life? So would you put a raise a hand if your body reacted similarly to money, your relationship with money, your interaction with money, as it did with that person that's not so great in your life? Yeah, a few of you raising your hand. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what do we know about law of attraction? What do we know about manifesting? We know that the feeling in our body sends a signal to our brain, and our brain makes up what to think about that feeling. I'll say it again. The feeling in our body is a reaction from our limbic system, the fight or flight system in our bodies. What keeps us safe? Such a good system. It wants us to run from a lion that's on our butt. But it also wants to keep us safe from things that hurt our feelings, hurt our emotions, or feel like in some way they're going to take part of our lives. So we have this reaction, immediate. When I said your bank account, opening the app, your body reacted, didn't it? Now that body reaction is going to create a thought in the mind. The mind has to react instantly to, how do I feel about this? Bad feeling, bad thoughts. Now the bad thoughts are going to send a feeling back down to the body, and now round and round and round we go. Well, that round and round and round we go starts to fill up the field around us. Now, anybody interacting with us is they're going to smell our cortisol. It's kind of gross. They're going to feel that something's off. They're going to feel us pushing something away. Well, so is our money. We're only going to find a match to our money, to the relationship we have with it. All right. So let's change pace just a bit. Is there someone in your life that really is so lovely? Now, it could be a fur baby. That's fine too. Could be a grandbaby. Could be a best friend. Is there someone in your life? Leah says, or 3. She has 3 fur babies. That when you think about them, your body goes, yeah. Oh, yeah. Heart opens a little. Field expands. Maybe it's for you a grandparent that just loved you. Somebody was telling me recently that when they went to their grandparents' house, they just felt loved. Said the grandparents weren't rich. They didn't take them on trips. It was just wonderful. And they mapped over their money feeling to that, which is possible. We'll do that later. But where does your body react to that thing, that person, that little being? If anybody's field just expanded, if anybody's heart just opened, thinking about that wonderful person, raise your hand. Notice how that was automatic too. So what if, just what if, enter the realm of possibility with me, that when you thought about money, when you interacted with money, that your body could automatically expand? Does anybody think their relationship with money would change? When you saw the dollars and cents in your bank account and you thought, yeah, I can do some things with that. You know, I can get some groceries and maybe I can buy so-and-so a little gifty. If your heart opened, do you think your life would be different in an automated response to money? I think most of us would agree, yes. So what we're going to do today is Bill's going to lead us through a session to find what really is our relationship with money. What are our interactions? Let's find out where we're having an automated response that is not serving us. You ready, Bill McKenna?
Yeah. Okay, everybody. So So we're going to utilize, here's the interesting thing, one of the many interesting things about Cognomovement. We're going to utilize, if you'll highlight me, one of the things about Cognomovement is that you can actually find in your neurology where the resistance is with money. And it turns out eyes, brain, spinal cord are one neurological system. So as we move our eyes, we will experience a resistance, meaning when we move our eyes, let's say in a big circle, if you look at my eyes, we move them around in a very, very slowly in a big circle. We keep our head forward and then we move our eyes all the way around. There'll be a place where you feel your eyes starting to blink. You feel a pulling, like a resistance in the eyes. You feel your eyes begin to water or get really dry or feel like they're sandpaper, or you literally are like, you feel blind. So you feel like I can't see over here in this part of my vision, a blind spot. So in these spots where the resistance is where the problem and also where the solution is. So when we get to the point where you feel something with your eyes, you're blinking, you're dry, or it feels like it's pulling, is notice what's here. Was there a difficult time of life with money? Was there a situation where I felt like I lost it all? Or a family member, like my parents, went through a hard time and I witnessed it, right? I was there, helpless. So what we're going to do today is get out a pad of paper, or you can use your phone, but you need something to take a note. We're going to take notes. And the purpose of this today is we have hundreds and hundreds of techniques that comprise Cognomovement, which will cause a release of the old automatic reaction, the old way of thinking and feeling where you just don't have it anymore. So what we're going to do is only show you just one of those today, because there's no way we can do all of it and completely clear it, but we're going to show you so that the very first step is, where's the problem? And once we know where the problem is, we can start to utilize the techniques to eradicate this from my body. And also, interestingly enough, the field around me. There's an actual field around you, and science has finally caught up to the yogis. It's real, and you're going to experience part of that today. So the notes you make are very important. You'll be utilizing this not only for today, but if you join the upcoming course that we have on December 3rd, you'll utilize this as well for that. So here we go. What you're going to do is you're going to keep your head straight and level, and you're going to allow yourself to re-experience money in your life, your relationship with money from as early as you can remember to now. There may have been times when you were flush and it was great. And there may be times when you're not. the very first thing we're going to do is to go through your life and the times when the money thing really worked out. I'm going to guide you through this. Ready? Look up with your eyes. Look up with your eyes, straight up, eyes head straight and level. And now slowly begin to rotate your eyes from the beginning of your life, just remembering the times when money had worked out so well. So well, you had enough for what you wanted and then some. And as you're rotating your eyes and enjoying when you felt this way, notice those experiences. The slower you move, the better this works. If you move fast, you will blow right by the experiences. You may even be telling yourself, I never had a good experience. Nothing ever worked out. Slow down. Move the eyes at a snail's pace. And as you do, moving your eyes very slowly, remembering the great times with money and the wonderful things that you got to experience because of it. Just allowing yourself to experience that. All of the great things about money and the wonderful things you got to experience from it. Now, as you're doing this, notice if you have a feeling in your body. Really enjoy that sensation wherever that is in the body. Notice the location of it. Notice the quality of the feeling. Notice the intensity of the feeling of your enjoyment of money and all it provided for you and the ones you love. As you're doing this now and you've enjoying the money, notice where there is a tension point. Move very, very slow. Slow down even more. Enjoy the money. And where is there a tension point? Stop at that location. What is in conflict with your enjoyment of money and its abundance and enjoying it? What is right here? You may find that you know about an experience. Maybe it was your dad or your mom, or maybe it was some time that something happened to you. Write it down. If you know what that is, write it down. And you don't have to make a big long story, just like, 8 years old, dad, whatever, stock market. And then go back to enjoying the money. Remembering the wonderful times, enjoying, and slowly, the slower you move the eyes, the better. Move your eyes ever so slowly until the next point where you feel resistance in the eyes. It may feel like a dryness. It may feel emotional. It may feel like a pulling or stretching dryness, stop there. What happened right here that is in direct conflict with your money abundance? That negative relationship, whatever it might be, notice it may have been a trauma. Write it down. And then begin again. Go back to your enjoyment and slowly rotate the eyes ever so slowly until the next point of resistance. What's here? What's here? What event? What bad feelings? Whatever that might be, just simply write it down. Beautiful. Okay. All right. And now stop and close your eyes. We're just going to give it a break. Give it a break for a minute. And now, as your eyes are closed, it's important that you relax your eyes and close your eyes. Or give your neurology just a second to just relax and adjust. And now we're going to move the eyes in the opposite direction. And you're going to ask yourself this simple question. My dad, what was his relationship with money? Rotate your eyes very, very slowly. Was it abundance? Was it great? Or not? What did he pass down to you? Our parents instill the automatic responses between the ages of 0 and 7 into our neurology. It's how it works. It's called programming, and we all have it. What was my dad's relationship with money? Slowly rotate your eyes, and you'll see the place where there is resistance with the eyes. Stop there. And whatever isn't serving you, that's right in that resistance point, write it down. Once you have written it down, continue rotating your eyes to the next position where there's something. Notice what's here. The interesting thing here is that you'll find hidden things, things you hadn't considered. And that's one of the wonderful things about this whole Cogno movement is it unveils the hidden automatic reactions. And now, once you've completed a circuit around your dad, then let's move your eyes in the opposite direction. And this is going to be about mom. Mom's relationship with money. Think about mom and rotate your eyes the opposite way. Very, very slowly. My mom's relationship with money. If you can't stop blinking in a location, that is a sure sign that you have something right there. Keep your eyes parked right there. That's the area. You've got some information there. What I would call something that's non-resourceful to you. The problem and the solution are in the same place.
Bill, would you give everybody just a little idea of how to stay in the same place? We've got somebody who's stuck. So if you'll show them a little example of how to stay there in that spot that's stuck.
Okay, so you keep your head dead forward, and then you find the area. You're going to rotate your eyes around, and let's say my area is right here. Now, it'll feel like, you start blinking or stuff like that. What you do is you actually physically begin to look at the wall. Pick a point on the wall as far over as you can and look at it. And you just keep your eyes there and you breathe. Just breathe. The breath is a bridge in between the conscious mind and the subconscious. Just breathe and notice what comes up for you. Notice what comes up. Right now, we're doing mom. And then once you get, oh, I see, my mom was blaming my dad, or my mom felt like, oh gosh, that there was not enough, that there was lack, or whatever might be the case.
And be sure, guys, to just let yourself feel the sensation. In Cognomovement, we know that the story matters way less because it's going to change here in a minute or so. Just let yourself feel that sensation of what it was like when dad had an issue with money. Several people said they're stuck on their dad, Bill.
Okay. All right. All you do is just write it down. Just write it down, whatever it was, about dad. All you do is just write it down. That's fine. And then what you do is you just move to the next location. It may be the same issue in several locations, or it may be different variety of issues with dad and money. In certain yogic traditions, problems with our fathers are related to problems in our life with money. And problems in endeavors are related to mom. If I have problems moving forward in my endeavors in life, then how's my relationship with her? If I'm having problems with money, how is my relationship with him? It's just an interesting side note.
Well, the bridge to that with Cognomovement is they feel the same. They'll just feel exactly the same in the body. What it is the same neurological process is running that pattern. And all it does is simply create an immediate automated feeling in the body that your mind then makes up a story about that feeling, that problem. So we want you to notice the similarity in feeling. This is going to be the exact spot in your physical body that can be changed and opened to create a brand new pattern around money. If it's there, it can be just as easily collapsed, changed, released in place of something way better, like that amazing feeling of that person in your life, that relationship, that's so easy.
That is beautiful. And as you're going here is the recognition of where is that feeling in my body? What is the intensity of it? What is the quality of it? Imagine if you didn't have that feeling. Imagine that. That is the way that Cognomovement changes your life. You literally don't feel that way anymore.
So let's check in with everybody, Bill. Like, if this is feeling super familiar to you, this feeling in your body, this things that you're noticing about your parents, if it's feeling super familiar, just raise your hand in the chat. Like, wow, that's been around a while. Yeah. Yeah.
You can put in the chat the intensity level of it. Is it familiar? And where is it in your body? Is it in your gut? Is it in your heart? Is it in your throat? Do you feel a tightness in your lower back? Where is it for you? And how bad is it?
Yeah, lots of people raising their hand.
Awesome.
Yeah, pit of the stomach, super intense. Left brain, 7. Wow, feeling it in the brain. Yeah, decades. Intensity, 6 or 7 in the gut. Pressure in my head, stomach and throat, bad. Stomach feels like resistance. Hovers, it's over an 8, gut, throat. So you guys notice, with this intensity, notice for some of you, is there any aspect of this that actually feels like it is you a little bit? Like, I've just felt this way so long that I think this is me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
right?
the interesting
It
thing.
feels like it is you.
Yeah. All right, Bill McKenna. How about we
Okay.
give everybody a little bit of relief?
Oh, right. So this is going to be really fun. Okay. So this is, go ahead and relax your eyes. And now we're going to learn something new today. And this new thing is mind blowing. So you made your list. I want you to look down that list and choose the one that was the worst situation, right? Whatever the worst one was. And what you're going to do, you chose the worst one, and here's what you're going to do. This problem, not only did you feel it in your body, everybody was making their notes. They were like, oh, it's in my stomach, my heart, my throat. You felt it. It exists inside you, inside your neurology, in your body. Guess what? It also exists right in the field that surrounds you. So what we're going to do is you're going to open your hand. You're going to open your hand wide, and the area, you already know where this is in the field around you. I want you to take your hand and flip it towards the ceiling, and then go to the area that you think that this would be. If you think it would be like, say, right here, what I want you to do is just go right underneath it. Just go right underneath it and come up under it. Just go to the exact area. You're not going to flail and go through the entire field. Just go to the exact area. You already know where it is. Go to the area and literally just go right under it and push up under it. See if you can feel like there's a weight there. Like, oh my gosh, I can feel a weight of something. Go to the left side of it and see, where does it start? Move this slowly, just like this slowly. It'll feel like thicker air. It'll feel like maybe warm, maybe cold, maybe even nano electrical shocks in your hand, just like, little bit of shock.
Now, while you guys are reaching into the field, let your eyes drift over there as well. You want to have more than one sensation going. Feel it in your body, that problem, that moment in time. Feel it in the field and let your eyes drift there as well. You're going to get 3 places active in your body around this topic. Good work. You guys are doing great.
So move to the left side of it, the right side. We're going to see where is it, where does it start, and where does it end? Go to the top of it. Go to the left of it. Go to the right. Feel, actually push your hand right into it. Feel the thickness. Okay, now make a note in the chat. Did you feel it? What was that like? Was it thick? Was it electrical? What did it feel like?
Lisa says, wow.
Yeah, it is a big wow, isn't it? It's
Super
a
interesting.
large.
Quite large, Susan says. Electric, said Lourdes.
No,
Electric, said
arm
Lisa.
go.
Yeah, arm was going numb. Yeah, heavy, tingling my right hand. Thick and heavy. Are you guys surprised? That exactly what I was saying, that the sensation that you have, the feeling between your brain and body, it is actually literally physically in that field around you. Congratulations, you just touched it. It heavy, went from right knee, pain now is gone. Really good. Numb to my neck and shoulder. So physical, right, you guys? Not in your logical mind, not a story in your mind. Physical sensation, physical mass. It's a physical thought form in your field. All right, what are we going to do with it, Bill?
Well, here's what we're going to do. Now, first of all, I'll explain to you why we're going to do what we're going to do. When everybody here on the call, you already know that things go from thought to thing, right? I got an idea, and then it becomes a thing, right? Whatever that might be. As it turns out, there is a pathway for the thing, this thought, to go and become a thing. And it exists, right? Say I want an iPhone, right? It will go actually through your auric field energetically, and then it comes down through your chakras, through your energy system. This is a downgrade of energy. Your frequency of each energy center in your body is lower and slower. So this thing starts to develop energetically in the field and then comes through. When it goes from thought to thing, and you're like, how many people here have like tried to manifest something and you're super frustrated, right? It's like, why isn't it? I'm doing all the things. I'm saying affirmations. I'm thinking good thoughts. I'm visualizing it. How many people, put in the chat, how many people have tried manifest and they're just like, doesn't work, right? What's happening is, guess what? When this thing, you're thinking of it, you're doing a great job. You're doing the affirmations, you're visualizing, but guess what it hit? That thickness. When you reached out to that thing in your field that was on your list, it was so thick that you could feel it. It literally comes in and it's like can't get through, right? So with Cognomovement, we eliminate that in the field and in the energetic system. So it can come in, out, down, boom, and manifest, right? Like Liz told the story earlier on the guy with the machines, right? Just a few minutes ago, how he thought about it and boom, it happens. When you clear the resistance and the fears, then the thing can easily, literally comes through, boom, drops, manifests, right? There's no resistance. So here's what we're going to do. The very first thing, you felt that thing in the field, right? You know where it is now. Go right back out to it. Put your hand out there. Feel it again. You know where it is. And now just clap it out with all your intentions. I'm done with this. Right there. Clap right there.
Keep
Aggressive.
feeling it. Stay in this sensation as best you can while you clap that thing out.
And as you clap it out, your intention is, I am done. Done, done. Now you've clapped it out, back off, wring your hands out for a second, let them relax. Relax your hands. Okay. And now, yes, I know it's very emotional when it's, yes, right? Some of you, if you had an experience, if you want to type in that you felt a surge of energy when you did that, some people may have a surge of heat, like, or a feeling that comes in because that got released in the field. Some of you might have had that. If you'd like to comment, you can do that. Oh, great. Heat it up. Okay. And now what you're going to do is just seriously just reach out right in the field and put your hand right through. See if it's still there. Is it still there? If it's not there anymore, that's good. You're going to move to the next thing that's on your list. If it's still there, whatever's left, do it again. Clap it out right there. Your intention for that issue. Focus in on the issue, in the location, and clap it out. And then what you're going to do, if that is done, move to the next item on your list. Feel its location in the field. The next worst one, feel that. Wherever that is, feel the weight of it by going underneath. And if you can't get to it because it's behind you, you can imagine you're attaching right to your field and spinning it like a big door. You spin your energy field around because it's behind you, and now you'll be able to get to it. Go ahead and feel it and then clap it out. Now, this, you're not imagining this. This is actually real. Everybody's familiar with a EEG where they measure brain waves by attaching a cap to you. They actually have something called an MEG, magnetoencephalography, and where they have sensors outside of your body. There's many of these around the globe that are in universities. They literally can pick up the electrical charge in the field from your thoughts and feelings, and they map it to your brain. So you are actually feeling this. So you can imagine the resistance that's built up in your field from this. So you clap it out. Now, in the work that we do in this class coming up on the 3rd of December, your manifestation of positive money also is in the field as well. It's not just the negative, the positive as well. You learn all about that and how to bring that positive in, releasing these blocks and pulling it in.
So I just want to share some people in the chat said it's so emotional. They feel relieved, determined, and they felt the heat.
Yes.
Other people had said, hold on, the left brain's not hurting anymore. They said that, let's see, hold on. They can't get over the relief. They feel overwhelmed. All right, you guys. So we want to share with you what we have to offer you, something that's brand new, as well as the details of the class. If this worked for you today in about 30 minutes, imagine what a full day of clearing out the things that are blocking your manifestation simply because you didn't know they were there in your body and in your field, and then finding where that real relationship exists and how to create an automated response in your body for that. So I'm going to pass it over to Leah, and she'll share with you what comes next. Go ahead, Leah. You're muted. There you go.
Sorry. Hey, everybody. So just remember, if you didn't get complete relief from this, this is just a piece of Cogno movement. So if you even if you got just a little, we are going to work that out in the December class. So the December class is manifesting happy money. It's on December 3rd. And so just keep in mind that basic training is required for this class. So if you want to buy a ticket, you can get your ticket and basic training, and you get $100 off of that ticket. So not only that, we have a really special surprise for you, which I alluded to in our emails and videos in the beginning of this class. So we have a secret class that has never been released. It will never be on the Cogno Movement website, and we're not going to have it as a replay or even a paid class on Cogno Movement. So this is a very secret, never before seen class that we're going to give to you if you purchase tickets to the Manifesting Happy Money class within the next 48 hours. So this is a super strict time sensitive offer this time. So we want to make sure that you have it. So I'm going to put the link in the chat to purchase tickets for Manifesting Happy Money, but I'm going to tell you about the super secret free class that you're going to get. So it's called the Gateway to the Fifth Dimension. And I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, so it's called the Gateway to the Fifth Dimension, if everybody can see. And it is you're going to get the map of awareness levels, which some of you guys have seen before. It explains to you what happens when you're in the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions. But the secret class is you're going to learn 4 secret techniques that open the door to the fifth dimension. So these 4 separate techniques include the 6 doorways to opening to the heart, our solar system's rotation and its relationship to the heart, and opening the pathway of energy from one of your feet to a particular part of the brain that is associated with the heart. And there's going to be even more. So the most important and most exciting part of this are the 6 doorway openings to the heart. So yes, this is going to be a great class. It's going to be super fun. And when you purchase tickets, the class is going to be available on Friday. It's going to open for you. We're going to send you the link. So just remember, 48 hours to take advantage of this offer. Again, we're never going to have this class for sale on cognomovement.com. So please make sure that you get it.
All right. So just want to tell you guys, basic training that if you need it is just the beginning moves, the philosophy, the why and how that you need for Cogno Movement. You need to know the moves for this class. So we got that question. Please put in the chat if you need help with any of this, info@cognomovement.com. Yes, there will be a replay of the class, the live class on December 3rd. If you can't be there for all of it, you can get the replay for it right after. In fact, we provide that for everyone as well. All right. So if you don't have any questions about the class coming up, we'll say goodbye for today. If you do, please reach out to Leah, info@cognomovement.com. Leah, did you put the class in?
I did.
So the gateway class will be provided when you purchase the class. I think it will be released on Friday. Yeah, it's so new that the editing's not finished on it. That's how brand new this information is for you guys. All right, any more questions about the class we can answer before we say goodbye?
And the reason that you're going to want that fit entry to the fifth dimension is because things manifest faster and faster as you go through the different dimensions. When you get to the fifth dimension, things manifest instantly. So that is the whole purpose of that. Thank you.
All right, everybody. info@cognomovement.com. Please reach out. Let us know what happened during this session, what great things will continue for you after this. Obviously, that miracles are mandatory reporting. All right, you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Cassandra. Bye, Melanie. Bye, Lisa.
Bye.
Bye, Susan. Bye, Erin. Bye, Darja. Bye, Shay. Shay was here. I didn't see her. Bye, Guta. Bye, Helen. Bye, Linda. Bye, Susie. Bye, Ida. Bye. Bye, Jack. Bye, Simone. Bye, Lourdes. Bye, Simon. Bye, Patricia. Bye, Gloria. Bye. I know Andre was here. Bye, Andre. See you all soon. Bye.